InContext Solutions is a technology company that uses VR technology to do simulations for retail that then allows it to be a part of a larger platform that helps eliminate a lot of the costs and time associated with bringing concepts to market, as well as this technology is used within training, testing new ideas such as menu testing, being able to do layouts of stores, and then being able to bring consumers in and be able to understand what is the impact of those decisions or those ideas in the real world without having to go through the cost and time frame that it would usually take if you were doing it in a physical world. The application right now, if we start from the beginning of the demand chain, it's when you are designing your concepts, whether it's design new fixtures, new layouts, being able to do that in a virtual setting versus doing it in a physical setting, so you eliminate all the capital expenditures with that. Then being able to take your concepts and be like a menu testing, being able to test them with consumers or the layout of your store and understand whether it's the type of place that would really engage them, bring them or drive sales, bring them into the space or drive sales once they're in there. Then the next step of what we are using it for is then being able to communicate those concepts down to the stores themselves and being able to use it for training purposes so that we can get the concepts into market quicker and being able to have consistency in the training and in terms of the execution of those concepts into the market. In time, other applications will emerge for single stores where you can actually use it again for engagement. You'll be able to use it between a company and that single store to train on fixtures, to train on other kitchen appliances that may exist out there. I also see it no different than an app today for a single store so that they can engage a consumer, being able to have something that's more engaging, more immersive using technology of VR. Yeah, we provide a platform that is a decision support and collaboration platform called ShopperMX. And within that platform, what we allow you to do is design your concepts, and then you can invite people into it to be able to test it. We use the same online process as you would with an online survey as a part of the software that allows consumers from the comfort of their own home to be able to come in and actually get put into that VR experience using their mouse and their arrow keys. Through that simulation, what we've found is that the correlation of the data that comes out of that virtual experience, as well as a physical experience, if I were to do an in-store test, is 0.9 or higher. So we can get that data in a matter of days or weeks versus months. And so I can help companies make a better decision before they've invested the time and effort and labor into creating that experience that they don't know how it's going to come. So it's basically knowing results up front versus after the fact. The pace of change that consumers are expecting today is very different than it was even 5 years ago, right? So your establishment, although may have been relevant 5 years ago and doing well, now there's a new competitor. And some of the small mom and pop stores who are growing into large franchises overnight because they're bringing new ideas. Think about just the yogurt shops, right? Nowhere 7, 8 years ago, and then they flourished, and now there's quite a few of them. What's the next generation, right? Look at Domino's, went from a pizza delivery shop now into providing a broader menu, right? And an experience that you can have in store. Rethinking that experience is critical to anybody who is in the retail business, whether it's food, apparel, consumer packaged goods, because that ability of being able to create that unique experience is what drives consumers now to being loyal and attracted to your brand. And I think that's the critical part of the next step. And what we do with this technology is allow you to think through those capabilities and the impact at a much faster pace that matches the world that consumers are living in today. Well, I think what's going to happen is as the world and the pace of the world changes, where consumers are looking for new experiences to be engaged, right, and to build more loyalty to brands as they move forward with something they enjoy, What I see happening in the VR world is, from a business side of it, using VR to really accelerate the process of taking ideas to market and testing them so that you eliminate all that capital expenditure and labor associated with ideas that didn't work. You actually know them upstream now versus only finding out about them after you've executed. And then later, I think what you're going to start seeing is the ability of consumers being able to interact directly with the stores through their own technology, whether it's a headset or whether it's simulations on their PCs, being able to have more engaging experiences within the physical store or even at home interacting with the store or the chain. I think when I walk into any stores, and it doesn't matter what the industry is, I just keep envisioning the possibilities of how this technology will change the way that that business conducts its own self with its consumers, as well as internally across its franchises or other branches, right? So the ability of communicating. So in virtual reality, once you put a headset on, I can actually collaborate with people. I can actually interact with people. So think about the technology where I could actually have dinner with some friends who are in California, and I'm sitting here on the East Coast, and we're actually in the same store enjoying the same dinner. I can look at each other through a headset. It may sound a little far-fetched right now, but as that technology gets better, think of it as being smaller units on your head, being able to interact with people anywhere. That's especially applicable when I'm going shopping. So I could walk in a mall and invite somebody to come with me, and we could actually be looking at the clothes, at golf items, or whatever else it may be, even though we're not physically in the same place. That same technology and collaboration beyond the consumer can actually be used by the businesses, so that if you have a franchisee who's also in California and you're headquartered in another part of the world and you're thinking through what is the next generation of store, what is it going to look like, or even how something's laid out, I can actually hop into the same environment and collaborate with you and show you what it looks like, eliminating the entire cost of travel and time frame it would have taken you to come to a location to see it physically.